Hey everybody, Chris Grest here. So today we're going to be looking at something fairly simple, straightforward, but this is the first time using one of these kits in one of my projects. So this is the Geissele Ultra Duty Lower Parts Kit. So let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in this kit and I'll give you guys my thoughts. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm in the middle of doing a project, a Geissele shorty build, and I wanted to pick up the Ultra Duty Lower Parts Kit. Now they do have a Super Duty Lower Parts Kit, so I'll kind of talk about the little bit of the differences between this parts kit as well as the Super Duty Parts Kit. In my opinion, you probably can't go wrong with either one of these, but what do you get for the extra added cost of the Ultra Duty kit? So this will be the first time using this particular lower parts kit in any of my projects. Typically I use Aero Precision or Bravo Company or CMMG. There's a long list of very high quality lower parts kit, but I wanted to see what, since this is a Geissele kind of project anyways, I wanted to see what their parts kits look like. So let's go ahead and break into this thing and I'll kind of talk about the different parts that come in this that set it apart from some other lower parts kits. Okay, so right off the bat, a few things that you might already notice that you get with a Geissele parts kit, specifically an Ultra Duty parts kit. So the big thing that's different is going to be this trigger guard right here. So this is a very nice machined larger trigger guard. So if you buy the Super Duty parts kit, it comes with one that's more kind of traditional looking. This one here has some kind of machined edges, and then of course you get the infamous G logo there on the bottom. And if you look at the holes here, of course you got a roll pin that goes in there, and then this side here, it looks like it used a screw with an Allen head, and they do include the Allen wrench as well, so that's really cool. That's probably one of the big things. I know these by themselves are probably 20 bucks or $25 if I had to guess. The other thing that you're going to get, which is one of my all-time favorites, I actually did a review on one of these by themselves not too long ago. This is the Maritime Bolt Catch from Geissele, and these are by far one of my favorite bolt catches. They tend to work on almost everything except for BRN 180s from what I've found. I've not had any issues with any other sort of upper lower combination that I have tried. Next up we have this super configurable Ambidextrous Safety. So what I do like about this is on the right side it's got a shorter throw lever than on the left side, so that way you don't inadvertently bump that guy, but it is an ambidextrous safety nonetheless. And they say it's configurable, so I'm not really sure what that means. I think it is configurable for throw, as well as maybe you can remove this ambi lever if you don't need it. The other thing that Geissele does with their lower parts kit that's kind of a nice touch is on their takedown pins, they do kind of put some checkering there on the ends, which I think is pretty cool. I don't remember anybody else doing something quite like that. So you can see some nice checkering there. Not that it's needed, but again, kind of just sets apart what you get from Geissele from some of the other lower parts kit. And then here you have your mag release button here, and it also has kind of similar checkering on there. Then over here on the opposite side of the mag release button, so your mag release bar here, this guy has the infamous G logo on there once again. And then all the other parts are just your standard mil spec, I would say, lower parts items there. So as far as the documentation comes with it, of course it comes with what comes in the lower Ultra Duty lower parts kit. So Maritime Bolt Kit, super configurable safety, and you have the Geissele Ultra Precision 5-axis trigger guard. So I guess what they're calling it is the 5-axis is these different cuts on here, which actually look pretty freaking cool. And then your Maritime Bolt Catch here, and your Geissele Super Configurable Safety. And then here's a look at the 5-axis trigger guard. So what I'm really curious about is what's configurable about this super configurable safety. So let me take a look here. So this is pretty interesting. They don't say anything in here in the instructions about what is actually configurable on this thing. So now it's got me kind of curious. Why is this considered configurable? Ah, okay. So if you look at the end of the safety selectors, there's actually a little hole there. And if you stick a punch, or in this case, this is the Allen key that actually came with the kit, I can feel that this is spring loaded. And I believe this is on both sides. So this is like a spring loaded detent for each one of these levers. So if I wanted to try to take off, yeah, that's exactly right. So you can see here that I depressed that little detent, spring-loaded detent in there, and hopefully nothing's going to come flying out at me. That would kind of suck. Yeah, there you can see it. So that's what they mean by configurable. You can actually configure the levers left or right. It doesn't look like there's any way to leave one off. I mean, you could, but it would look a little ugly with just this piece right here. So it looks like you got to have the levers on there. But as far as how you have them orientated, long lever, you know, right side or left side or what have you, that's what it means. But it's interesting to me that it doesn't really show this in the instructions. So that's a little kind of a ding on Geissele. So let me check that out one more time just to, okay, so they do say, actually on step 4, remove the small ambi lever from the main body selector by depressing the plunger through the small hole in the lever with any tool, such as a 1/16 inch punch. Okay. So that's the only thing that I really see. So that's what they mean by configurable, is that you can, looks like you can swap these guys between, yeah, and that guy slides back on there pretty good. Very interesting. I can't say that I've ever seen a design quite like this, but I'm not typically one to grab ambidextrous safety levers, but that's what came with the kit, so I'm gonna roll with it. It does look pretty cool. I do like the desert dirt color safety selectors here. Mystery solved. That's how you pull these guys apart. Shame on me for not knowing that, but it just didn't look super intuitive at first glance. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on this Geissele Ultra Duty lower parts kit, as well as if you have had any experience with Geissele lower parts kits in general. Again, this is the first time I've actually bought a kit to install from scratch. You know, I do have my Super Duty Geissele rifle, but this stuff was already installed from the factory. So if you're looking for a lower parts kit such as this one, or any other number of lower parts kits like CMMG or Bravo Company or Era Precision or what have you, definitely go over to Brownells. You can access them by using my link tree down in the description box, and head over to my link tree and you'll see a link to Brownells and some other vendors as well. Any purchases you make using one of my links does give a kickback back to the channel, a couple %. So it's much appreciated. Definitely helps keep things going with projects like this and ammunition and stuff like that. Much appreciated. Anytime if you're looking to purchase something, if you use one of my links, it does really help out. Okay, I appreciate everybody watching today's video on the Geissele Ultra Duty lower parts kit for your next build project. Any questions or comments, please put those down below. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.